Hello my dear students, today I am going to read the Hindu editorial of 25th March. If you want to get the PDF form of this newspaper, what you have to do only, you have to join the Telegram channel of EXAMGYAN. The link of the channel is given in the description. Okay, so without wasting time, let's start the class. Here it is, the first editorial, and as you can see, the editorial is saying crisis in Sri Lanka. This incident comes in recent news very often actually, because Sri Lanka at this point is on the verge of bankruptcy. Okay, so খুব economically একটা backward position এ চলে গেছে Sri Lanka. What is the reason of it, and what the neighboring countries should do for that country? It is being said in this editorial. Okay, so চলো প্রথম জিনিসটা একটু পড়ে নিই কি বলা আছে এখানে। India should help Sri Lanka during the crisis and also resolve some of the bilateral issues. Okay, as India is the neighboring country of Sri Lanka, they have many bilateral issues. If you have gone through my videos, then you would get one is of course fishing. Fishing is the very important bilateral issues with Sri Lanka and India, of course. Okay, another thing is that as they are both have the same ocean, so yes, it is also very important in respect of the geographical side. Okay, now try to read the editorial. I'm just trying to help you to read the editorial. Sri Lanka is facing an economic crisis with long queues in front of petrol stations, steep rise in prices of essential commodities, and frequent blackouts. Okay, now try to understand what is the source of economy of Sri Lanka. If I am talking in a very lucid way, then tourism is the 10% of the GDP of Sri Lanka. Okay, so it is the 10% of their GDP. Now during the COVID situation, okay, during the COVID situation which came in 2020, okay, so from there the tourism affected a lot. And not only from 2020, if you have a clear vision now, in 2019 they have a Easter bomb blast. আমি জানি না তোমরা এটা মনে আছে কিনা, ইস্টার বোম ব্লাস্ট হয়েছিল কলম্বোতে। ওকে, সো দ্যাট ওয়াজ হিউজ, অ্যান্ড ফ্রম দ্যাট টাইম every western countries and even from India, it is being said that Sri Lanka at this moment is not in a right position for tourism. Okay, so that is very tough condition. So tourism অবস্থা খারাপ হয়ে গেছে। Now there are some other government issues, there are some other government steps that also make problem for Sri Lanka. One is organic farming. It is being said that organic farming is always good, okay, for the sake of health or all these things. But the problem is that when government's decision came that you cannot use any kind of chemical fertilizer to make agriculture a profitable one, then this whole scenario has changed a lot. Okay, again I am saying organic farming is always good, but if the government is taking a decision like this to ban the chemical fertilizer, that is a very drawback for the progress, okay, for the economy. So this first one is tourism affected. Second one, government's decision of taking organic farming. Okay, third one, this is the most important one, I think. It is huge foreign debt. Huge foreign debt. At present, China is investing a lot on Sri Lanka, that is on the development of Sri Lanka. It's a very critical thinking of China to use the neighboring countries of India. They invested in Pakistan, they invested in Sri Lanka, they are investing in Nepal. Okay, now the fact is that why they are investing in these small countries, why they are not investing in larger countries like India or USA or like that. The fact is that these type of countries have no way out. The burden of the foreign debt is so high that they cannot repay the fact. They cannot repay the money. Okay, and what will happen? The foreign countries that like China or other countries, they are just taking the charge of whole thing. That means they will take the decision of everything. Okay, getting my point? This is actually called political invasion. This is called political invasion. Okay, so three major things are there for Sri Lanka's economic crisis. First one, tourism affected. Second one, government's decision of organic farming. Third one, huge foreign debt. Okay, now there is another. If you have foreign debt, huge foreign debt, then of course you have no forex reserves. Okay, then of course you don't have any forex reserves. Getting, so forex reserves tar moddhe nei VES. Okay, and the fifth one is they cannot import the things as they cannot grow the things. Imports অনেক কমে গেছে শ্রীলঙ্কার. So these are the prime reason why Sri Lanka getting downward, okay, or standing on the verge of bankruptcy. Okay, getting my point? Now I'm trying to reading it for some of the words are there. Okay, although the COVID-19 pandemic precipitated a crisis of trade imbalance, the fundamentals of the Sri Lankan economy have always had serious issues. Okay, আমি পুরো জিনিসটাকে বলে দিয়েছি, একটু দেখে নিও তোমরা. First one is debt, okay, and both domestic and foreign or all that. Now the fact is that India is investing. It is a good news for Sri Lanka and India as well. India is investing a number of amount, just assistance of 2.4 billion, including 500 million loans, deferment and 1 billion credit line to enable the supply of essential commodities. Getting the point? Now India is trying to help Sri Lanka to overcome from this critical situation. Okay, and if all these things happen now, then of course one day will come when Sri Lanka, like the other countries, would be the best, come in the best form or best friendship band with India. Okay, they will create the best friendship band with India. Getting my point? So this is all about crisis in Sri Lanka. I'm trying to tell you what is the prime reason of their crisis, and yes, how to recover from them. They have to change their own planning. They have to get back into tourism, and of course they have to create some of the supply chain. Okay, So these are the points you need to know. Now I am moving on to the next issue. Before moving on to the next editorial, let's talk about some of the words which are very important in respect of our competitive exams. So the first word is deferment. Deferment means actually postponement, actually postpone করে দেওয়া কোনো জিনিসকে স্থগিত করে দেওয়া, that is actually deferment. Okay, next word is compulsion. এই ওয়ার্ডটা তো আমরা মনে হয় সবাই জানি. compulsion means actually obligation করা, force করা কাউকে, so that is called compulsion. Okay, next devolution is another important word over there. devolution word means transfer of power, বিশেষ করে গভর্নমেন্টের যে ক্ষমতা হস্তান্তর করা হয়, that is called devolution. Okay, getting, so devolution means transfer of power. Next, pogrom. Pogrom means massacre, slaughter. এটা একটু স্পেলিং মিস্টেক হয়ে গেছে, এফটা হবে না। ওকে, সো it is pogrom. Pogrom means massacre, slaughter. It's a very important word. I can yes, whenever you are using a word massacre, you can use the word pogrom. Okay, next it is clandestine. Okay, clandestine or clandestinely করা আছে এখানে, that is an adverb actually. So clandestine টাকে ly দিয়ে adverb করা আছে. Clandestine means actually a secret way or illicit way. Okay, clandestinely means actually in a secretive or in illicit way doing something. Clandestine means হচ্ছে secretly কোনো জিনিসকে রাখা. Okay, next there is another phrasal verbs are there. এটা একটা ভালো phrasal verb আছে. Okay, that is thrust out. Thrust out means actually discussing something frankly to reach a decision. That is thrust out. It's a frankly discussion to reach a real decision. Okay, getting that point. Next, it is jurisprudence. It is jurisprudence. Okay, jurisprudence means a legal system. In Bengali you can call it ন্যায় শাস্ত্র as well. It is jurisprudence. এটাও একটা এডিটোরিয়াল এসছে, খুব সুন্দর ওয়ার্ডটা লেগেছে আমার, that's why I take that word. Okay, next if I am going by the next word, it is adjudicate. Adjudicate means to make a formal judgment, to make a formal judgment. Okay, on a disputed matter. কোনো একটা ডিসপিউট ম্যাটারের ওপরে যদি কোনো ফর্মাল জাজমেন্ট নেওয়া হয়, that is called adjudicate. Getting, so these are the words. আরও কয়েকটা ওয়ার্ডস তো ছিল যেগুলো আমার মনে হয় একটু শেয়ার করা উচিত. দ্যাট ইজ কল, একটা ওয়ার্ড আমার মনে পড়ছে, দ্যাট ইজ কল ambit. Ambit means in Bengali that is called উঠান, but yes, you can call it the open space of a building, surrounding a building. এটা ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গলের রেসপেক্টে একটা বলা আছে ambit. Okay, next another word is there that is called vogue. Vogue means actually unclear, uncertain. Okay, that is vogue. You can get another word over there that is called laxity. Laxity, that is lack of care, lack of care. Okay, this is called laxity. There is another foreign words is being used over there that is called vis-a-vis. আমি আবার বলছি, যারা ফরেন ওয়ার্ডসের লিস্ট জানো না কোথায় আছে, ইউ হ্যাভ নট টু ফাইন্ড আ লট, জাস্ট আমার টেলিগ্রাম চ্যানেলে দেখো, ওখানে ফরেন ওয়ার্ডসের টোটাল 25 ওয়ার্ডসের লিস্ট দেওয়া আছে. দ্যাটস এনাফ ফর WBCS. ওকে, সো vis-a-vis is a word. Vis-a-vis means actually with regard to, okay, so these are the prime words that I felt is very important in respect of our competitive exams. So if you like my way of teaching, please give a like, share these things with your friends, and of course if you are very new to this channel, just go by the subscribe button. Okay, and subscribe the channel for getting these types of videos notification for the next time. Okay, I'm moving on to the next. Here is the another good editorial comes in a form of just writing actually. It is Chori Chora massacre. I'm telling you, I think everyone who are preparing for competitive exams, they have a clear idea about Indian history. And yes, it is the incident of Indian history. You might know that there are three major protests. There are three major things that done by Gandhi, revolution type. One is civil disobedience. Second one is not abiding the law actually, that is Ain Amanno in Bengali. And the third one is Quit India movement, that is Bharat Chharo Andolan. So these are the prime three things that Gandhi did like a movement. Okay, though there are many things, I'm not going by that. Chori Chora massacre, Chori Chora incident, that is associated with the first one, which is called civil disobedience. Okay, now where the Chori Chora is? Chori Chora is at present located in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, now what was the incident, কি হয়েছিল সমস্ত কিছু সেগুলো আমরা পরে পড়ব। ঘটনাটা আগে একবার পড়ে নিই যে এখানে কি বলা হয়েছে এই এডিটোরিয়ালটায়। We have received an album of 7 photographs described as showing the result of Chori Chora massacre. The pictures reproduce the burnt police station and the bodies of the victims. The album is issued by the Publicity Department of the United Provinces. উত্তর প্রদেশ নাম হওয়ার আগে ওই জায়গাটার নাম ছিল ইউনাইটেড প্রভিন্স, ঠিক আছে, এটা জেনে রেখো। It is intended, it is said, for private circulation among responsible persons, but the object as announced in the Publicity Commissioner's preface is to make the public realize what are the dangers of existing the latent ferocity of mobs of ignorant villagers. ঠিক আছে, বেসিক্যালি যেটা দেখানো হয়েছে ঘটনাটা আমি একটু বলে দিই, তাহলে তোমরা এই এডিটোরিয়ালটার সাথে অ্যাসোসিয়েট করতে পারবে নিজেকে। অ্যাকচুয়ালি কী জন্য এটা দেখানো হয়েছে, এই পোর্ট্রেগুলো এই জন্যে শো করা হয়েছে যে কিছু ইগনোরেন্ট মব কীভাবে একটা বড় জিনিসকে নষ্ট করে দিয়েছিল সেটা দেখানোর জন্যে ওই পিকচারগুলো দেখানো হয়েছে। ওকে, হোয়াট ওয়াজ দ্য ইনসিডেন্ট, চলো আমি তোমাদেরকে পরের পেজে নিয়ে যাচ্ছি যেখানে তোমরা ইনসিডেন্টটা বুঝতে পারবে। হিয়ার ইজ দ্য ইনসিডেন্ট। ওকে, দেখো কি হয়েছিল। দ্য ডেট ওয়াজ 4th February 1921। আমি যদি এই স্টোরিটা একটু ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ডে চলে যাই না, মানে চৌরি চৌরা ঘটনার একটু যদি ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ডে চলে যায়, হঠাৎ করে চৌরি চৌরা হয়নি। ওকে, দেয়ার ইজ আ মেনি রিজনস বিহাইন্ড দ্যাট। চৌরি চৌরার ঘটনাটা কী হয়েছিল দেখো, পুলিশ ইয়েস জাস্ট এইটুকু দেখে নাও যে কি ঘটেছিল ঘটনাটা। ঘটনাটা হচ্ছে a crowd protesters set fire to a police station in protest against the police firing on peaceful agitators participating in the non-cooperation movement. Okay, so এই জিনিসটা তোমাদেরকে প্রথমে বুঝতে হবে যে নন কোঅপারেশন মুভমেন্টটা কি। নন কোঅপারেশন মুভমেন্ট যদি বুঝতে না পারো তাহলে চৌরি চৌরা ঘটনা কখনো বুঝতেই পারবে না। দো I am not a student of history, but I am trying to tell you what was non-cooperation movement or all that. Let's try to understand this. আমি একটু লিখে দিচ্ছি এখানে তোমাদের সাথে শেয়ার করার জন্য, যেহেতু বিসিএস এসছে সবাই প্রায় পড়তে শুরু করে দিয়েছো, বাট জাস্ট ট্রাই টু আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড। ইট ইজ নন-কোঅপারেশন। Acha, one question of the day. I always try to put a question of the day to in front of you. When Gandhi returned India. Okay, when Gandhi returned India. And the second question is that what was the first movement led by him? What was the first movement led by him? Okay, these are the two questions that is the questions of the day. Getting? You have to write down the answer in the comment box. So comment box এই দুটোর আনসার লিখে দিও। গান্ধীজি কবে ইন্ডিয়ায় ফিরেছিলেন with exact date. Date in sense with exact, you can use the month as well. And the second was, what was the first movement led by him? Okay, এই দুটোর আনসার তোমরা কমেন্ট বক্সে লিখে দিও। Now try to understand cooperation non-cooperation movement. Non-cooperation movement was happened in 1921. Okay, non-cooperation movement was happened in 1921 with the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi. And এই নন কোঅপারেশনের সময় আরেকটা জিনিস খুব তোমরা হতে পারে এর সাথে অ্যাসোসিয়েট করতে পারো, দ্যাট ইজ কল্ড খিলাফত আন্দোলন। Okay, so these two are very important, non-cooperation movement and Khilafat movement. Both are took place in 1921. Now come to the point. What was the reason of this non-cooperation and reason ta ki chilo? First reason to of course chilo, it was the First World War. Okay, First World War তো একটা বড় রিজন ছিল। সেকেন্ড ওয়ান ওয়াজ হেভি ট্যাক্সেস। Heavy taxes were there, and of course during this feminine time. Third one was that Rowlatt Act, sorry. It is Rowlatt Act. That was the third reason. And of course, if you getting the point of Rowlatt Act, you also get to know that after the Rowlatt Act, one incident was happened in Amritsar, that was Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Okay, that was also very important. Yes, another thing is that in 1920 in Kanpur session, Congress decided to start the non-cooperation movement. ঠিক আছে, নাগপুর সেশন কংগ্রেসের নাগপুর সেশনে ডিসাইডেড হয়েছিল যে নন কোঅপারেশন মুভমেন্টকে স্টার্ট করা হবে। ওকে, এই ছিল নন কোঅপারেশন মুভমেন্ট। কি কন্ডিশন, কেন, কতটা এম ছিল কি, সেসব পরে আসছি। এম এই টাইমে একটাই ছিল, দ্যাট ইজ স্বরাজ। ওকে, সো এটা ছাড়া কোনো এম বিশেষ করে কিছু থাকে না, বাকি যা কিছু দ্যাট ইজ টেম্পোরারি, বাট স্বরাজ ইজ পারমানেন্ট। ওকে, নাও what is Chauri Chaura? Okay, I think it might be 4th February 1922. Okay, what happened? Some peaceful protesters who are in support of this non-cooperation movement showing protest, and all on a sudden now police came and yes, it is arrested some of the protesters. So and armed police opened fire. Okay, now what happened? Agitated crowd attacked and set fire to a police station. Getting? And it is happened in 4th February 1922. Okay, Now, what was the outcome of it? Gandhi, that is our father of nation, Mahatma Gandhi, halted, all on a sudden, halted the non-cooperation movement. And it is not on that particular area, it is on a national level. Non-cooperation movement was a national movement. Okay, you might have heard the name of it is I just forget the name, but it is also very famous in southern part of India, that is in Andhra Pradesh. You might have heard the name Alluri Sitalama Raju. Okay, I just forget the full name. It is Alluri Sitalama Raju. Okay, who was the leader of the that non-cooperation movement of Andhra Pradesh. Getting? So it was a huge movement, it was a national movement, but all on a sudden, when the people just cannot abide by this this torture of the police, they set the fire on that police station, and Gandhi just halted that national movement on national level. Okay, whether it is a good step or bad step, I am not going by that, but yes, this incident was happened. এটার উপরেই এই এডিটোরিয়ালটা আছে. So for those who are reading history, yes, for them it would be a really a good incident to remember. Okay, you can recall the incidents and of course you have to read it. ঠিক আছে, সিগনিফিকেন্স এই জায়গায় বলাই আছে, তোমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছ. The incident just, I don't know forced would be a right word or not, but yes, Gandhi halted it. Okay, halted the whole scenario. Chalo, this all for today's paper. Here is the last word that I often said. This much for today, and thank you.